Hi, and welcome to 10A Season. My name is Thomas Gold, I'm the host of this show, and we are in episode number 6.
This week we continue to tweak our 10 projects. Meanwhile, the productions were in various stages. For some of them, we still discussed the vocal ideas and arrangements, while on others we went into detailed mixing tasks. In our group call this week, we spoke about mental health as an artist, NFTs, and more. And we picked the winners for this week's best performances. See more details and the actual ranking at the end of this episode. But now, enough talking, let's get into it. Here is episode 6 of 10A Season. With Preston this week, we mainly discussed the vocal arrangement and we talked about which part he would use for the final version of his track. We also found out that there was some part of the vocal missing.
How's the production looking? How did you get along with the vocals so far?
Yeah, I added the vocals into the track. There's this one part of the vocals where it's empty. I'm not sure if I was supposed to put something else in there, but there's like a bar or two empty of vocals in the first.
Yeah. Can you play it to me?
Let me show you that I'm gonna be different from the other guys for you.
Honestly, I think they forgot to add the vocal there. There has to be a vocal because it's the fourth part of the verse. It should be like the resolution or the response, and I think they just forgot to add it.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense at all to have a gap.
Unless they wanted me to cut out that bar, but I think it's missing something.
No. I think you're totally right. It's like the phrase is missing. Anything else you think is missing or you want to have changed, and how are you feeling about the vocal?
Use the wet vocals. I think I might switch out everything with the dry and put my own processing on it, but I think so far it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool to me as well.
With Mikey, we discussed the 2 vocal options he had received for his track. Although they were really good and not processed yet, we could definitely say which one Mikey and me would prefer.
How are we looking vocal-wise? I think you have 2 options now, right?
Yeah. I feel like the last one that they sent me yesterday has potential. It's kind of hard to tell because it's only on an iPhone, but I kind of liked it.
I must say, I don't know the other one, the one Matt sent you. I haven't heard that. Matt just told me this morning that he had sent you something. Can you play that to me?
It's a super dry vocal, but I feel like after processing and all that. Yeah.
Never knew I was hurting you. No one's home you can talk to. Never knew how people can change you. But I don't know who am I talk to.
What do you think of that?
There's parts like in the intro that I wouldn't want, and then there's like verses that were in the after the second break that I felt like had to be changed if we use this one. I don't know. I would have to hear it again, like once it's like more processed, because this is just like she said it. She just recorded on her iPhone just to send an idea.
Yeah. Do you think it reflects that idea that you had of the song, or do you think it's strong enough?
I think it could be strong enough. Yeah.
Can we listen to the other one?
You're taking me higher. I'm higher than the heavens with you.
I don't. Do you like this one more than the other one?
No.
Leo was at a stage where he wasn't too sure about his main melody anymore, so he created an alternative version. A very common thing that can happen during the process of creating a music production, by the way. We discussed both versions.
How's the music going? How's the project going? New vocal.
It's going well. I changed up the melody. I don't know if it's for the best or not, but we can take a listen to both drops. The reason I changed the melody is because I just feel it has a more emotion the new one, the new melody I did.
Mhm.
So we'll take a listen to it. And
But you're still happy with the vocal? You think that's fine? Or do you have any comments, tweaks?
tweaks that I would like the vocalist to make.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah.
I like the vocals. I want to make sure it fits right with the track. That's the new melody.
Yeah. I still like the old one too, but the new one's cool. The new one is a little bit less, let's say, how you would normally do them. The old one is kind of like pretty standard, but it's still good, I think. It kind of like has its vibe.
It hits, right, as well.
Yeah, but the new one has more variations when you go up with the sound, with the notes, you know, you don't expect that. It's not that repetitive but it makes it more interesting. Yeah, they both work. Len had worked on a lot of details of his track during the week, so we went through those in the session. He was still struggling with the so-called acid part because he was not sure how to make it more present in the arrangement. And we tweaked some of the sounds to make them more stereo.
Yeah, last time you told me about the kick, you're missing some more punch or a bit more clicky sound. That the kicks comes more in the foreground. So I worked on it. Yeah, the vocals too, a bit more distortion, a bit more reverb, and the main problem is still the acid part. I tried to create a break drop with the acid part, but it doesn't fit together with the whole project. Like it's at the moment, I think it sounds much better. Yeah, so it's always the whole time I'm trying out how to bring that acid style more in the foreground in that track, and it's so hard because everything I'm trying out, it doesn't sound like it fits to that track.
At least you tried it. I mean, that's also a part of the process. You try things out. You think of things you think that might work. And at the end, you try them out and you see them in reality and they don't work, and then you go back to what it was before. So it's okay. At least we know that it might not work. But maybe we can go through some ideas while we're walking through your project.
Yeah, definitely. There's one point because it's panning. I'm using a lot of effects in the track and the drop, and everything is in the middle. So my wish is that the lead sound is in the middle and everything else goes around the lead sound. And that's a big point. I want to ask you today if you can help me to fix these these sounds.
Can you play them again? Just soloed, the three of them? Okay. We can try different things. For example, we could try to add a sample delay. It's a delay with a super short millisecond delay on each channel, but in different settings on each channel. So you have you create the so-called Haas effect. That means something to the left ear happens earlier or later than something, the same thing on the right ear. You have a little delay between, and that creates a lot of stereo imaging.
For that effect, I'm using Fuji Stereo Shaper. That's it. The sounds is on the, for example, on the left side, and the millisecond later it comes out on the right side. So without,
yeah,
with.
Yeah. Crank them up.
Okay. Did you hear it?
Yeah, it's really separated from the mid now. Is this what you're looking for?
I think that's it.
Julius had worked on a lot of details together with Dom during the week, and in our session we discussed the vocal, its arrangement, and creative ideas about how to use it for the drop.
Yo guys, what's going on? I just had a super feedback session together with Dom. He just gave me a lot of tips about mastering and taking care about also loading up your songs on SoundCloud. As you can see, I should definitely see a hairdresser in the next time. I hope my one will have time this weekend. Otherwise, I will look like a, I don't know, freak. Maybe I already look like one.
Have you done anything with the vocals so far, or?
Well, I just received like the draft where my instrumental was already included, so I had like no chance to adjust the vocals so far. I also had like a super feedback session with Dom, and he also showed me like some tiny tweaks I could adjust. But in the end, he also said like, yeah, wait for the vocals and don't do any more adjustments because like you're overdoing the track too much then. So yeah, but with the result of the first vocals, I'm super happy, and I think they fit super to the track. And yeah,
cool.
Can't wait to receive them more.
Shall we have a quick listen?
Don't leave me here alone, helplessly falling. Don't you know that love's a two-way street? Been waiting by the phone, why ain't you calling? Promise you will give the world to me. Don't leave me here alone, helplessly falling. Don't you know that love's a two-way street? Been waiting by the phone, why ain't you calling? Promise you will give the world to me. Don't leave me here alone. Don't leave me here alone.
She pretty nailed it. It fits 100% on your track, and it goes along with the vibe, and it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I also really like it, and it's because like you also said like, yeah, just have a think about it, and I was like straight like, no, that's it, like, because sometimes you're like maybe, but from the first second I was like, yeah, that's the vocal I want to have.
In this week's group call, we talked about questions and topics that came from our 10 producers. We talked about mental health, artist life, and also about this thing called NFTs.
Topics for today were NFTs, something which might be interesting to hear from you guys as well, what you guys think about that, if you have any experiences, good or bad ones, and NFT, because the question came up from Carlo a couple of days ago, and who knows what NFTs are? Can you raise your hands? Even if it's a basic thing.
I know quite a few things, but not a lot.
Yeah, it's a digital asset which only one person can own. So, for example, a piece of music, the copyright for a piece of music would be something like that. A house or a boat or something you can touch cannot be an NFT. Everything that it's kind of virtual. It can be a character. It can be even a virtual character in an online game. And this digital asset will be sold through a marketplace, which is called the Ethereum. That's where.
Yeah, I think it's right.
Yeah.
That digital signature is basically like here. Let me show you.
Okay. It's like a watermark or something.
Yeah. Here, I have a piece of paper because I thought that might happen. Okay. So I knew that this would happen.
This is for the critics.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, imagine each of these are part of a blockchain, right? And basically, blockchains have these digital signatures called hashes. And Leo, like if you know more or have a better way of explaining, don't hesitate. And basically, these things have, I believe, 2 or 3 hashes. Hashes are just digital signatures. Okay. And these digital signatures tend to be numbers. Okay. Now, one block is going to have its own number, and then it's going to have 1 or 2 more numbers that are actually the numbers of another block. So you see that each file is basically having its own number, but it also has a reference number. And because of that, if you take one out or you change it, the entire pattern's broken. Therefore, its credibility and validity is no longer there. And that's really hard to like change and forge, because it's not just you who has this sequence of numbers. It's everyone basically with like everyone on Ethereum. Like it's there. It's all part of the chain.
With Hans, I discussed his new ideas for the track, as he wasn't sure about what he had done so far. He was in between I like it and I don't. Should I change it? So we tried to find a solution for his dilemma.
Yo, hey, what's up? So I decided to take a little break from the studio because sometimes, you know, it can get really annoying and really intense. So, you know, what I do to calm down, like in the mornings, I like to go for a run here. I live in a really quiet, peaceful neighborhood. Yeah, it's super nice. Like we have quite a lot of birds, you know, chirping, and I try to stay as healthy as I possibly can, basically, which is quite hard because, you know, I sit in the studio almost all the time, all the days. So, but yeah, that's what I do.
How's the production going?
I truly have a hate-love relationship with this song now. I can definitely say that. So I've been trying out a lot of different things. I was trying out different piano progressions, and I stumbled across something that I liked immediately. And basically, it's a really tough decision, and I'm not sure whether you're gonna like this version.
I want to listen to it now.
Your heat is chemistry. Could we call these love? You affect me chemically.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not missing anything. Honestly, I'm not missing the old vibe or something like that, because to me this fits really nicely, really well. It works together super nicely with the vocal, and it centers around the vocal, as you said. It's a little bit less a chill track. It's more a house track now, I would say. It's more dancey, more. I would not call it clubby because it's still like has this housey vibe, but it definitely has 100% thread now. It's not a combination of different ideas and stuff. It's very consistent in itself, which is really cool. Few comments on first listen. The second part of the drop, the 16th note, I would create something else there. It takes away a little bit from the vibe. I would make it a little bit groovy, like dum 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 bum 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 bum, something like that, instead of just having straight 16th.
Nice tradition. Come on. So we're in it now.
Fancy was happy about his vocal, and he had worked on the processing of the vocal to make it fit into his track. In the session, we had a proper listen. We also talked about some minor sound tweaks and other ideas.
Hey man, just to have a little of a recap, we just got your vocal in last week.
I really love the vocal. As I said, I think there's some points maybe I'd like to change, but you know, overall I really love the vocals. So I put the vocal into my project, and as you know, my track has a second build up and second drop. So we need to, fill up that space with some new vocals, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, to make it, a little bit different than first breakdown and first build up and first drop as well. So, yeah, that's the things I'd like to change at this moment. But, yeah, maybe I can show you the, the previous version.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry for that.
I was ready.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry. Sorry for my.
Yeah. Nice. Very nice.
Yes.
I have 2 ideas or 2 comments. From bar 73,
yep,
which is the second breakdown, until 81, I would add a filtered kick or something which has a groove, like a doom, doom, doom.
At this moment, the kick sounds like.
Yeah, I would even take away this the punch, the tuk, 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 you know, just for this part. So you prepare for what comes at 81.
Dijonté had received the vocals and he was pretty happy with them. He had started working on them, so we discussed the processing and the overall sound for the vocals to make them sit right in the mix.
Good morning, guys. I am currently on my way to go buy some food to eat at this really cool cafe down the street. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get maybe like 2 of the donuts and a chicken burger. These are the chicken burgers here. Oh, I forgot to take one of these. So they got all kind of stuff, muffins, baked goods, and what I came here for, donuts. So this is my own breakfast. Just leaving the cafe, my goodies. So just want to say I love the weather when it's like this. It's just so calm, and I'm here to listen to the birds. This is my building right here that I live in on campus. Back inside. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Monday, I had the session with Thomas. Really cool session. I really learned a lot. We focused more on getting, you know, some levels right and stuff like that. He left with giving me some homework to add a vocoder to the track.
Hey.
Hello. Hey, what's up?
Hey. What's up, man? How are you doing? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Yeah. How's the production going?
It's going on okay. I received the vocals from Introspect from Charlie on Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Around there. I haven't really done that much to it. I literally just put them in FL Studio in the project. I maybe put some reverb on it and tried to get the levels for the the different takes that he did, because he gave me like some doubles and some like lower octave doubles to left to right, and like an upper background vocal.
Yeah.
Stuff. Share my screen.
But you like the vocals.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love the vocals. His voice is his voice is top notch.
Glad to hear that.
The thing that I told him to change or to play around with, because at the second drop, when he says in the Nightfall, just before the second drop, he kind of says it like how he said it in just before the first drop, and it kind of brought back down the energy for it, because as in the build up, the intensity just went up and up and up, and I was like, yeah, we want that intensity. And then when it came to the pre-drop, it was like the Nightfall, so I felt like it kind of brought back down the energy a bit.
Yeah.
So I asked him to hold it out, so in the Nightfall, something, with more energy, and he did another take of it with some ad-libs added to it too, so it was just like, wow.
Nice. So you got it already. That's amazing. So you guys are working independent from me already. That's fine. Yeah.
You're like a stranger in the night when you come and go. Mystery's the only side of you I know. To recognize you when the lights are burning low, and every time it seems you and I catch a rhythm, why we always fall out of line misstep.
It's really cool.
Yeah, you kind of get lost in it.
Yeah, it's really like I think he nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the vocal doesn't even need that much reverb. It should be more or less dry and in your face, because the mix is super dry. It's kind of like punchy and.
Natalie had worked on her project together with Massimo throughout the week. He had suggested a bit of rearrangement of the track, and so we listened to his edit he made for her. Natalie had her very own points of view, so we discussed them during our session.
This is Yelta. Welcome. April in Blossom. Like in Japan. Or in China, they also have this. Beautiful. 8th of April, Yalta. Let's swim here.
What Massimo did is he just dropped off the first part in the beginning. Yeah, I understand. It made sense because the time is shorter now. But actually, I think that it lost energy because of that.
I understand. But this is something we can work on, and it's just a suggestion. But he took out the trance parts, right?
Yes.
This is something which is okay because this is more important to me. Now, to me, it has a flow. The whole track has a flow now. And the beginning, if you want to have it a little bit longer, more build up, I can understand. But I think now there's a story now, without the trance parts, because there's not too many parts now. There is a lot of parts, but I think it works now. And it's not a problem to put back in the beginning what you said is missing. What do you think about the rest?
It's just going and then very fast. I don't know.
And then let's put it back in.
Maybe this is the idea. Like I understand what you mean, but
you can change that. We can go back to how it was before in this part. This is just personal taste. So this is totally okay if you say you want to have it longer. This is fine. All good.
In Carlo's session this week, we had a conversation about the two vocal options we had received for his track. Carlo was not sure at all which one he liked better and how to use it.
This week, I guess we are having two vocals, right? Two new vocals.
Yeah. So once was sent to me by Matt, and the other one is the one you sent to me.
I just spoke to Matt. I actually didn't know about that, but he told me that you really like it.
It's cool. I think I like better the one you sent me. I'm not sure.
We can listen to it together and then discuss what you think. You are totally free with your decision, so whatever you think makes sense.
Everywhere I go, all I see is you. Moving fast and slow, anything that I can do. That you're moving away. That you're moving away from myself.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And the other one I have.
Caught in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on you. I'm losing my focus. Struck by emotion. Don't know what to do.
I am super confused actually. I don't know why I prefer this one, because maybe it fits better the intro, but on the drop the other one I think it's super cool.
So now that we've seen what happened during this week, let's get to our weekly top 5 ranking.
Mikey got the 3 stars for the progress of the week as he took the next leap with his vocals. Natalie received 2 stars for her strong opinion and confidence in her work. And last but not least, Hans got an extra star for his great efforts to rethink his project in a very creative way. So the top 5 for this week look like this.
Yo, this was episode number 6 of 10A season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And of course, follow us on Instagram for all the news.